welcome back for another week of Madcap Mayhem and Broadcast Journalism. Welcome to Weekly Entertainment. Well, this is our two-parter. This is the second part of my exclusive interview with artist Donald Lee. So let's jump right back into it. Donald, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming back to the studio.
Having me.
Although you never left. This is part two. Yes.
This is part two, and here we are. We're
Yes,
back.
yes, we are, folks. We're right here in your living room. So get yourself a big bucket of buttered popcorn and sit tight because we're going to get to some really cool stuff.
Broadcasting studio.
Yes, that's right. We're in your living room. Well, where did we leave off last time? Well, first I'd like to thank you for coming.
Thank you for
and you're
having
from,
me.
And you're from where? Brighton, Michigan?
Right now, we just moved to Brighton.
Okay.
Before that, we were living in Wixom.
I actually used to live in Wixom. Yeah.
Before that, a little bit before that, Wayne State.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I went to Wayne State University, and actually I graduated from Wayne State
Oh,
just
wow,
about
okay.
2 years ago.
Actually dropped out of Wayne State. So-
Was it 2 years ago?
No,
Okay.
it was a long time ago. And we actually have a studio audience today. We have your mom. Very, very
Yes.
lovely. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure to see you. Thanks for coming. And well, let's take a look at the artwork. Let's pick up right where we left off. So let's see what we have. Okay, Face Stretcher.
This one is Face Stretcher.
Tell us all about Face
Um,
Stretcher. That is kind of scary.
Face Stretcher, basically, some people have the ability to stretch their skin really far. And some people use this ability to make money, cash.
Really?
Good greenbacks, whatever we want to call them. They make cash by being sideshow freaks. Now this one is interesting because they're not permanently like that. They take the clips off and they
Uh-huh.
just go back to normal human. But they put the clips on and then they're face stretched. And
Wow.
that's, I found that quite interesting because it's like you're a sideshow freak person, but you're not permanently a sideshow freak person.
So they can just go back and have
Yes,
a normal
they can-
life
can
after
go
they
back
do their thing.
and be a normal person and then go put the
Right,
stuff
right.
back
It's not
on.
like the people who tattoo their faces
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do the like there's a guy out there who looks like a lizard or something.
Yes,
that guy,
yes.
and-
Although sadly the lion guy died.
Oh, he did.
He did. I heard about that, which is sad.
I remember
Um,
there was a show with him on.
Yeah. He died. I forget when, but he was getting close to finishing his
Oh
dream.
yeah, he actually looked
Yeah,
very
he
cat-like.
looked very cat-lionish, and he, unless I'm wrong, but from what I heard, he recently, within I think this year, died.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Well, before we get to more art, why don't we give another brief intro as to who you are and what you do, because people might be tuning into this show and may have missed the previous one. So
I am Donald Lee. I call myself sometimes the artist from outer space because what I do is I try to rid the world of mediocrity. My job, or why I was sent here, is to rid the world of mediocrity. So that is my purpose. So far, I have not really rid the world of mediocrity, but there's always tomorrow.
that's right. You can always can't give up hope.
Can't give up hope.
Yeah.
I have a few different websites that I have my originals, and then I can also do productions. Like I can also do what people want as well. What is willdrawyu.com?
Okay.
That's more of a more realistic site. That's more for more of a realistic one. My kind of strange, crazy one is followthedon.com. That's my crazy website. Then I have Get Detroit on You, this T-shirt here, which is basically, it has a fist with wings, and that's my design there.
That's
And
very cool.
all of these shirts are made in Detroit.
Excellent.
So they're made in Detroit. Well, I should say this. The shirts are U.S. made. They're printed in Detroit, and half of them are union made they're union made.
Oh,
They're
great,
union made,
great.
so.
Now, if somebody wanted to contact you and get like a custom designed shirt made, could they do that? Or?
At this point, no.
Okay.
But perhaps in the future, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you should look into that.
I'll have to run that by some people and see
Okay.
if it's possible.
But on the other hand, though, if somebody wanted some artwork done, they could contact you, and you'd be willing
Yes.
to do some art for them.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Okay.
Oh, and I should say, the shirt is, to find these shirts, And we also offer hats and other things, both
Very
women
cool.
hats, men hats, women clothes, men clothes, different colors, all sorts of fun things. And that's Get Detroit on You, but the letter U, not
Right,
Y-O-U.
not you. Why? Okay, okay. And I'm sure we'll have all this on the screen too
Mhm.
at some point,
Okay.
and of course on our website because
Uh-huh.
we'll try to promote you as best we can. And
All
of
right.
course we have some personal appearances coming up, actually tonight and later on in the future. So if I'm gonna buy some shirts from you, and we'll give them away at these appearances. So whatever we can do to help, we will do that. Well, let's jump right back into the art, shall we?
All right.
Because we ran out of time last time because there was just so many of them, and it's just so interesting, just sci-fi.
I'm invading your television.
Yes, get ready for some more. Let's see what we got. Look at that.
This one is based off different oddities with different skulls.
I recognize that.
Yep. The one is an elongated skull,
Yep.
and I figured this one. I called this one Family Portrait, and I figured the elongated skull would be like the motherly character. The large-headed skull would be like the fatherly figure,
Yeah,
and
the
then
smaller
the
one.
crazy one would be like the demonic child they had. And that's that one there. And the father is, I almost think of him as like a Moses character. He's holding a scepter, so he's wearing like this golden robe. So I almost pictured him in no biblical sense or anything, just kind of like
Right,
the figure,
right.
the leader type of thing. So he's holding the scepter. The
The-
mother's kind of looking onward.
Yeah, I noticed that. Especially the mother, I think, is the most striking part of that picture. It almost looks like it kind of brings to mind H.R. Geiger, like the alien xenomorph creature or something like that. I see a lot of that influence, especially in that picture. I noticed a lot of your art is very. I know we talked about this in the previous interview, but a lot of your art is very dark and
Yes.
nihilistic. Okay.
Yes.
What
Although
is your-
sometimes, some of it's dark, some of it's like really, it's dark, but it's really funny dark.
Okay.
So
Okay, that makes sense.
it depends on the, but you're right. Some of it is
So-
nice to get into the darkness.
Are you a fan of sci-fi movies or horror or things like that?
I do like some horror. Sometimes though I find it a bit boring. Or
Okay.
I find I like a lot, but I also find a lot of stuff boring. Same thing
Right.
with music. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of music, and I find 90% of music is boring, or 80%.
That's true.
And a lot of things I feel like that it's like, a lot of it's good, some of it's not.
And a lot of it's just, corporate pap. Yeah, it's
mediocrity.
terrible.
Medium, where it's still listenable, it's still all right, but it's not really fantastic.
Oh, I totally understand there. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? That, I'm into the whole alien UFO thing. I'm writing a book on the alien abduction experience and how
Okay.
people view it, and that looks like one of them. What are we looking at here?
This is another human oddity.
Oh,
This one is another human oddity. Like a yellow skin, and I don't think this one lived very long either. I'm not really sure about that, but just a really bizarre image.
the eyes are very, very striking on that one. The almond-shaped eyes. That falls into the classic description of the gray alien that people see in abduction experiences quite a bit. Where that one kind of fits the bill for that.
Well, I am the artist from outer space.
Well, there we go. Yes, so that could be a gray alien.
Yes.
Let's see what else we have now. Tell us about
okay.
this.
This has a big story.
Okay.
This one is called. This one, the full name is. Hold on 1 second. It's. Well, I'll think about it
Okay,
later. But
okay.
what's going on is they've launched a atomic. Well, okay, so we got this hand creature flying one way, which I explained in the last video. The hand creatures are germs that have constructed ships and different things out of the human body parts. So one hand creature is flying this way. It's got its guns blazing. The one on the left, I thought would represent maybe not America, but something like it.
Mhm, okay.
The one on the left is more of like a Russian type thing. So it's flying, and it's flying the other way. It's flying this way, it's flying like this, and it's going. So one's going this way, one's going that way. They're both shooting their missiles. One says USA, one says USSR. But what they don't know, they're actually fighting on a giant creature's head. They don't know this,
Wow.
and they're fighting on this giant creature's head, and they launch the atomic bomb or hydrogen bomb near the giant's ear. And what that does is that wakes up the giant. And now you will have to either join forces or be destroyed as the giant moves around, as it stumbles and does its
Now,
thing.
what is your inspiration for a piece like this? I mean, because there's so much
That
going on
one
in it.
started out just being like a regular drawing
Okay.
and turned into more and more and more. Sometimes what I do is I draw one line and then I almost make random strokes, and then I look at them and I see what they turn into.
Okay.
That's not what I do with everything, but sometimes one of my recent approaches was just making random lines, random strange lines, and stepping back and looking at it. And what I also do is I take some pieces and I turn them around, and then I see what it looks like from that angle. Then I turn them around again, and I see what they look like from that angle, and I keep doing that and seeing different things. And sometimes there are faces, there are heads, there's different creatures within the image.
Well, I'm seeing a common storyline in most of your works, which features these small nano creatures taking over, basically turning humans into cyborg-like characters.
Yes.
Or creatures, or body parts even. Like they'll turn a ship into, a human hand into an actual ship.
Mm-hmm.
So is this a continuing storyline, or is it?
Yeah, it's partially a continuous storyline. I plan to do other weirder things later
Okay.
on. But for now, this is some of those other bigger, weirder things need to be a lot larger scale,
Oh.
and
Okay.
I don't have the resources or the space to do that.
Right. Right.
But I have big plans for other works.
Oh,
that-
excellent! I can't wait to see what else you come up with. That's just incredible. Now, as an example, the last one we just looked at, how big of a piece is that?
That one is 40 inches by 30. That one's not
So that's
huge.
It's big.
Well,
Wow,
it's a big one, but I'd love to work like if I had the resources and also the people who wanted to buy them as well.
Right, right.
I'd love to work at like 20 foot and bigger. Like I'd love to work at huge images. It's very hard. Like if you have 20 foot of work, you can't just take that in your house.
Well, no.
That's the thing, and you can't just kind of keep it. Right now, it's hard to keep the 40s by 30s in the house.
I bet.
Yeah, so it's
Start to run out of room after a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Well, let's take a look at another piece.
This one
Beautiful.
doesn't have a huge story. Oh, one thing I also say, what you can see in this one, I sometimes use very large brush strokes and like very expressive, a lot of explosion with the brush stroke. And I should say, I apparently mentioned this, but most of these are, not all of them, but most of them are oil painting.
Oh, all right.
Oil painting on oil painting on canvas. I also do acrylic, and I occasionally do watercolor as well. And sometimes I just work with pure pencil. But I do all sorts of different things.
Now, what was going on in that? If we can bring that picture up again, what was going on there? Because I see like the
So-
large structure that almost looks like a human body with the green,
That one's
Okay,
there. You go.
okay.
That one there.
some kind of green beam or something, or
Yeah,
or
consider it like a
tentacle?
laser beam, like laser beam
Okay.
is lasering the city. See, there's back here. You can see like kind of the head
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
back and the wings. And what that was, the reference for that was I had this reference image of a human back.
Okay.
And then I did the human back first. Then I attached wings to it, and then I decided to put it in like a sea of yellow and have it laser blasting a city. That one doesn't have a huge story. It's just
Okay.
basically it is what it is.
It's a beautiful piece. I mean, it's the colors are striking, the imagery is, and it looks like there's a lot going on there. It's really compelling. I think that's the best word for it. Let's see what we have next.
I've started to do some realistic works now.
Okay.
Doing some realistic works, practicing a little bit on the more realism. It's not going to change my other works. I'm still,
Right, okay.
but I wanted to see maybe putting some realism into sort of my more abstract, strange works and see what that gets me. Also, sadly enough, I will say that sometimes realism sells, and
That's
you got to
very
pay the
true.
bills.
That's very true.
So this one was this was one of Gandhi, and it's charcoal based. So and it's this charcoal of Gandhi, and it's about 22 inches, no, 24 inches by 18 inches.
So it's still a pretty nice
It's
size.
still a nice size. And the more realistic ones are available at the willdrawyu.com
Okay,
website.
okay.
That's the more realistic works. My more strange works are at Follow the Dawn.
Okay. Now, a piece like the Gandhi piece, what could somebody expect to pay for something like that?
I could probably go about 100.
Okay.
So,
That's actually
$100
very
I'd
reasonable.
say.
For
And
something that intricate.
Sometimes if it's like, if they want like, I don't know, their whole family and they want like, it'll be more.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for just a basic image of yourself or somebody you want, or a historic figure or anybody like that, $100. If the piece
Okay.
is maybe bigger, then the price might go up a little bit, but yeah, $100.
Great. Well, like I said, I am working on a novel right now,
Oh,
and I
okay.
do need some artwork, so I will be hiring here. So
Okay.
there we go, folks. He's going to be in my book. There we go. Let's move on and see what we have next.
This one is so I do the realistic ones, but only people that I like, or only people that I'm gonna stick with it. Only people
Well,
that I
yeah,
like.
yeah.
So this one, I love this guy. This is Nicholas Tesla.
Yeah, that's right.
He is the creator of I'll say the creator of everything. He invented AC current. He invented the Tesla coil. He is the reason that the power companies were scared back in the old days. He is the reason. People will say, what's his name? Created the light bulb. What's his name? Created electricity. No, he didn't. Edison didn't create crap. It was all Tesla. But of course, he just kept having bad things done to him. But still, I say he was the real creator of electricity, and really, people talk about, let's say televisions. People talk about Wi-Fi televisions, Wi-Fi this, Wi-Fi that. Wireless electricity was his idea
It
back
was.
in the
Yes, it was.
20s, and we still don't have really that today. And if we did, the
It was all about money, because he had a plan for free power for everyone,
which
free
of course is
electricity.
bad.
Yeah.
And
It's all about, that's what it all comes down to, is
yeah,
money.
I still want one day a city, like a major city, to do. If I have enough money one day, I'm going to create a city with his power technology. I don't know if
Buy his art, folks, so we can make this happen.
I don't know if I'm going to have ever that much money, but maybe we can get together and somehow. I'd love to have a city like that. I'd love people to create a city like that, and we'll have a whole Tesla city, and it would be called Tesla, the city, and.
That's something to strive for. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we should do that.
Should.
Revolution.
Let's do that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Send us an email. Tell us what you think here at the website. Join the revolution. Starts here, darn it. Let's see what we have next.
This
Very
one
cool.
is this is Sitting Bull.
Sitting Bull.
So another person. I thought the whole Native American thing was just kind of sad. I mean, it's good, but it's
Right.
it's good to see how much freedom and everything these people had and what they were willing to do. But it's sad to find out that, well, they didn't really get to do much. That they just kind of got their land taken away from
Yeah,
them, and then
for the most part, yeah.
they didn't really come back, really, or at least. I mean, they're still here today, but there's not really. They don't have the culture
No,
has
oh,
changed.
absolutely.
That's what I should say. The culture has changed, and but I like, I respect people like that. I respect people like that.
Good, good. Let's see what we have next. Amazing.
Salvador Dali. And another artist I respect is Salvador Dali, or rather, I haven't mentioned any other artists, but one of my influences is Salvador Dali. I love Salvador Dali. I love his strange craziness, and I don't know if he was initially one of my influences to begin with, but I think he's become an influence. I haven't really worked it into paintings, but I'm also trying to do a bit of his stuff. Like he was, I sometimes classify myself as a surrealist. I don't know if I should really, because my stuff really isn't based off dreams.
Mhm.
But I was thinking maybe starting to do stuff based on dreams. Who knows?
That would be really interesting.
Because that's what his whole thing was. So
Was that based off of his dreams?
yeah, yeah. Or I don't know if it's all based off his dreams, but the term surrealism is the whole psychological thing based off dreams and other.
Oh, okay.
But
I
of course,
didn't
his
know
stuff
that.
is always. I don't know if his stuff is purely dreams either, because a lot of it's what you're thinking about, and other times it's. I mean, it's hard to classify what's really real and what's really fake, anyway. So it's.
Well, that's true.
It's
That's very
it's
true.
like you could be thinking one day, and who knows?
Like, how does the universe work? I mean,
Yeah.
is it all by what we perceive? Is
Mhm.
the next person could perceive the universe differently from the next?
Yes.
It's all,
Yes.
you know, we could do a whole show on that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next one before we run out of time again. Oh,
Well,
this is a,
This is more of a compilation. This wasn't really.
okay.
Yeah, this is just. I planned this to be actually one of my business cards, really, but
That would make an awesome business
I
card.
thought that's what I thought. Like,
Yeah,
a
that's
cool
cool.
business card. It was just basically a bunch of different images that I thought would be good as a business card. And I think some of those really still have coming up. So
Okay,
we'll have.
let's move on to the next one. If we have a next one. There we, oh, there's your,
that's
there's your,
the,
lo- yeah,
yeah.
there's
This is
your
the
logo.
original drawing of the logo.
Okay.
Let's get Detroit on you. This is the original drawing of the hand before it was turned into a image of inked proportions. I don't know if they use ink, but you know what I'm saying. Before
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
transformed into a T-shirt type image, it was a drawing, and that was the drawing.
If somebody wants to buy one of those shirts, where do they go?
WillDrawYou.com,
Okay.
and I think they're available for. I think the cheapest ones are $15.
Which is very reasonable too.
And I think then they go up from there. I think there's like a $20 one, but I
Okay.
think they start around 50. I might be wrong. I might
Okay.
be wrong because that my dad and his wife could do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so I just do the designs and everything. He does all the they do all the
Oh,
back work
right,
stuff.
Right. Okay.
But so that not exactly. But I think it was 15. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. But I thought it was 15.
Oh, great. Excellent. So, if you want one of those shirts, ladies and gentlemen, visit the website and you too can, listen, we will be buying some of those off you to give away at our personal appearances we have coming up. So, we're going to be doing that. And let's see if we have any more artwork. The Revolution.
I haven't talked about this one yet.
Yeah, okay.
This is based off the other one from the last show.
Right?
Which I called. Oh, and I should have said this. The that image, the original one that you showed, was called "Mediocrity Equals Hypocrisy."
Okay. Oh,
that
right.
was
okay.
that image. This one is called "The Revolution," and this is based off of. This is more. I thought like it was kind of depressing having everybody just bowing down to these television demigods. So I thought, well, what if there was a revolution? So I thought maybe the people will rise up and start to destroy. And then and this one I also named the thing in the sky, the final separatist. And I named the thing on the ground. There's this guy going, which I'm not gonna do on this. He has got wings on his back, and he's standing up. And I consider him the last heretic. And he was in this world. He's the good guy, and he's moving up against the final separatist, who is the evil ones. And this was based off of, the final separatist. The last heretic. I thought was somebody who would kind of unite
Right.
the
right.
world, because uniting the world would be accused of being a heretic. It's like the idea of uniting all religions, uniting all philosophies, or at least considering them all, considering all thoughts, all beliefs, and that kind of idea. But the thought of that would be, be considered a heretic. And then the final separatist type thing was kind of the evil one trying to separate everything, separatist.
It's an amazing storyline. Again, that would make an incredible, novel, incredible sci-fi novel. This stuff is just. How do you come up with this stuff? Oh my God!
I don't
must have
know.
one hell of an imagination.
I don't know where it comes from. It's somewhere
Somewhere.
in here, but maybe it's over there. You never really know.
Just never know where it comes from.
You
It
never
just.
know where it comes
it
from.
just happens.
Kind of random.
Do we have anything else? Hypocrisy painting.
This one is the painted version of the
Oh
original.
yeah.
So this is, and if you can kind of see like all those people down
Yep.
there,
Yep.
that took a long time.
The effect is amazing though of it.
That probably took me, like a lot of times I do stuff quickly, and that one I didn't really do quickly. That was, first off I must say it was one of my first large paintings, and it was one of the most detailed works up to date. So, because I individually did every little person, I couldn't just, do it just throw paint or something, which would have been a lot faster. No, I needed to put every little person on there because I don't know why. So there's that, and there's the television demigods there. You can also see the sun, which is appearing over there, which is an evil sun.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is.
Yep, and so there's the evil sun shooting lasers into the crowd. The thing up there, if you, up to the up there, the thing up above the sun
Okay.
is the factory of ideology. I used to call it the factory of conformity, but then I thought that's a little bit of, that term's a little cliche. So I thought, okay, ideology would make more sense. And then the puppet master, whatever you want to call it, the souls feeding upward power the machine of the that is what he is. He's the machine that is powered by the souls. Then that's how he's created. So that's his thing.
That just seems so bleak. I mean,
but
these
then
people
again,
are
if
controlled by
you look, oh, and the other thing about that works from, this is from all of them, except for I guess the Revolution, because people got wiser in that one. The people can't see above them. They can see the television gods, but not what's above them.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's like
okay.
they can only see the television gods. They can't see the craziness above them. That's like a higher level, a higher plane.
Right, that's what's controlling the
Yes,
television
and they can't
gods, and the
see
people.
that.
The people are basically mind-controlled robots now.
Yes. But then again, sometimes I figured maybe I'd have like a few people look away. But then the Revolution, everybody's looking away.
Yeah,
So
that's where they rise up.
Then
against
and
the
then I was
television
thinking,
gods.
well, I thought that I had the Revolution. Then I have a final one, though, which I haven't created yet, that was they actually like cut the head off of the separatists
cool.
and stuff, but that's not created yet.
We can't wait to see that one. We're definitely going to have you back on the show when you make the third part of that trilogy. Do we have anything else in the short amount of time we have left? This is unfortunately this is going to have to be the
This one
the
is
last one. Event Horizon.
Oh yeah, I can read. Event Horizon. This is the Event Horizon, and this is based off of actually Event Horizons, based off of black hole type things.
Yep.
Which the center of the black hole is called the Event Horizon. That's the thing that nobody knows what it goes to. So I thought, okay, so this is the Event Horizon, but on the other side of the black hole, blowing outward. So with the stuff that's sucked into the black hole, it goes out into the Event Horizon.
And who knows where that leads.
And
Well,
who knows where that leads.
Donald, I'd like to thank you again for joining us.
All
It's been a pleasure. Your artwork is absolutely incredible, and we're going to have you come out and appear at one of our live events and bring your stuff and show it off.
I shall do that.
All right, we will look forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your websites, very quickly.
My main website is followthedon.com. My realistic website is willdrawyu.com. And the t-shirt company is getdetroitonyou.com, and the U is actually a U. And then also I'm going to be appearing in the Plymouth Art Show.
Plymouth Art Festival,
The Plymouth Art Festival. Art in the Park. So I'm going to be appearing there.
You'll be able to look that up on the internet.
Yep.
So if you're down there, you want to look for Mr. Donald Lee.
And I'll have a corner booth.
Excellent. I know we'll be there. We'll send a camera crew out. We'll do a follow-up and everything.
Okay.
It'll be a lot of fun. Well, again, thank you so much for traveling down here to come be on Weekly Entertainment, folks. And
I've never been on TV before, so this is quite. I've never seen these cameras and this strange.
it's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
You've got the green
lots
screen
of
back
lights,
there.
lots of big boxes and machines, and I have no idea what they do.
Well, that is the show for today. Thank you for watching, and join us next week for more Madcap Mayhem and broadcast journalism, and bow down to the television overlords like we are. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Thanks again. Okay. I wasn't sure what he was talking about. We pretty much went through all of them, though, didn't we?
I